I was just starting to work on this. Here we got our Tom 1 and Crash 1 out the hole here. I ran it through, I took off both of these screws, I ran it through, and I put the one screw back on here because that screw also prevents now these from falling out. So you're done with that. Now the rest of the loom, again, you want to make it nice and relatively tangle free. And with this here, the less wires you start dealing with, the easier this is going to be. Alright, so basically what we're going to do now is, if you wonder why the picture is a lot clearer, it's because my piece of junk mini camcorder battery died and I'm using my point and click camera. This is actually, I don't know why I didn't use this anyway. But anyway, pretty much what I did was, I ran the Tom 1 and the Crash up to the top like we discussed previously, the same way we did over there, and I ran all the other cables through, through the main axis area, because what's going to happen is when you have your, this is the center bar, not with the Roland logo, that's going to go like this, and all the wires are going to come through and come out the axis point here. So basically what I want to do now is we are now going to fish all these wires through this cable, this pipe here. And you're pretty much doing it the same exact way you did the other ones, except this is going to be a hell of a lot easier because there's a hell of a lot less wires. Come through, they'll go down, you're not going to have any problems with this. Right through, you get your, still got some space. If you ever get stuck, you just shake it and it'll come out. Or if, worst case scenario, take like something a little flexible and you can just like poke it in there and that'll help push the wires out. Two of them through. See, sometimes they just get stuck at the end here. 3, 4, got all 4 of them out. And we're just going to take these 2 off, and again you might want to just untangle it. I mean, if they're a little tangled inside the pipe, you're not really going to notice it, but if you see them tangled, you probably don't want to throw them through like that. So get those in there. They're in there, in. The one thing you'll definitely notice, the wires with the straight ends go through much easier than the ones with the right angle connectors. Put that in there. And again, we're going to do the same exact thing we did last time to figure out where that one wire is that is extra long. There it is. Pull it right through. And basically remember your tabs here. You have one there, and it's going to go like that. And I'm just basically going to loosen this, slide it in there, retighten it, and we'll be good. Alright, I pretty much off camera I locked it in place, and here we go. The stand is starting to take shape now. So you could see here we got, we have pretty much, we're getting to the home stretch here, because the more wall pipes we attach, the easier it gets. You can see looking from this angle, remember what I said, slightly up, because you're going away from the vertical pipe. See how nice and straight it is? Nice and straight here. Starting to look like it came right from the factory. The longer vertical post is going to go right here. And again, we're going to use one of the clamps without the knob because this is going to be a fixed position. This is never going to need to rotate. And basically, like I said, a little bit higher. So it's going to go like this. And the best way to figure it out, if this looks nice and straight and you already did that clamp, if the lugs are on this side, the lugs are going to be on this side too. It's going to look exactly symmetrical. So I'm basically going to attach this to here, and basically what we want to do with this post is we got Tom 2 coming out here with the cables. We're going to have Tom 3 at an aux, and your ride cymbal and your third crash, they're all going to come out the top axis point. There's really no need over here for anything to come out the bottom axis point. So we're going to pretty much fish it through like this, and it's going to come out pretty much, just like that. Alright, just a quick refresher. Last time I didn't videotape how we sleep the wires through. I'm just going to show you guys again how to do it. We have our post here. And I'm going to loosen this. Now I have nothing here and nothing here. I'm going to loosen this. Now since we're only fishing wires up, I can put this one through here already because the wires are not going to need to come down. So we basically just want to put the screw on And don't only tighten it so the screw doesn't fall out. Then we're going to take our wires, and remember what I said. Do a couple at a time, just get them through there. Come on. That's the way to do it. We got one. We got two. We got three. 5 and 6. I don't want you guys to be tangled, so I'm going to... bring these 3 up together, just like that. Good. We're in. We're set. Screw in. And remember, just put the screw in initially, just to tighten it so the screw doesn't fall out. We need to have play in order to get this clamp on. I'm going to loosen this one a little bit. Remember what I said, holes? Should be out like that. Get in there. You'll know when you're clamped in the hole, when you know you can tighten these screws really nice. And you can wiggle it a little bit, and you know that the pipe isn't going to come flying out. Tighten it. Tighten it. And also, if you look here, there's a little thing that says here, see how I just tightened this? Tighten in order, 1, 2, 3. This is 1, that's 2, that's 3. That's the way Roland says you should do it. I would definitely recommend doing it that way. As you can see the way I just tightened it, it's pretty good. Plenty of, as long as if you got pull here, that means you know that you're not crimped on this clamp, because trust me, if you were crimped on that, these cables are not moving. You have your 2 aux coming out. You have your Tom 2, which will be right here. You should have 2 ride cables. Here are your 2 rides right here. And Tom 3, which is going to be over here. You are pretty much done with the difficult part. The rest of it is just putting the stand together. The wire loom is finished. The hardest part of the stand. Not that difficult. Alright. What should we do next? Alright, the one I would probably suggest doing next, let's finish off so we have all 4 legs on. So let's get exactly, Dave has got the right idea, my man Dave. Help me sell my house. Pretty soon you're not going to be seeing pictures of drums against this wall. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to find a new wall to sell my items off of. Now, remember what I said. Since this here, there's going to be play with this bar, you're going to want to use the T-clamp with the knob. So we're going to have to completely take this T-clamp apart, because I'm not going to be able to slide up from the bottom because the foot is there. I love these long Yamaha high torque drum keys. They make doing things like this move much more quicker. Now again, remember, you want it facing up, going away from the tube. And go like that. This is going to be a piece of cake because there's no wires need to go through this one. If you want to make it look like the other one does, the screws are going in with there. Hey, if you want to match it, knock yourself out. You can do this however way you want. Once you have the rack all set up, if you want the screws facing in the opposite direction, well, after it's set up, you just take one screw out at a time and reverse it. See, I'm like screwing up right now. I think I need a beer. It goes in like that. Remember again, you don't want to tighten it too tight because we're going to be attaching an arm here. Here we go. Remember you got the little hole right there. Have to loosen this a little bit. You can also tell looking down to see how far in the pipe is, so you'll know. Trust me, when you're doing this, you'll know if the thing is in there or not. Because see, it just sat in there right now. It just fits in like a glove. That's when you know to tighten it. Tighten it. Tighten it. We're almost there. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why Roland does this. On a lot of these MDS-12 stands, they give you one with an extra knob. I don't know, maybe in case you lose it or whatever. They say put it at the one end here, so that's fine. If you don't like the look of it and you have a drum lug, you'd rather put there instead, that's fine. Okay. Again, facing upwards. It's going to go in like that, and it's basically going to come down.